Have you ever had this eerie feeling that you're trapped in a loop? Different name, different face, different city, but the same relationship, the same arguments, the same heartbreak, the same emotional patterns, again and again. It's like déjà vu, but it hurts. Why do I keep ending up with the same kind of person? What if I told you it's not them you're repeating, it's you? Or more precisely, it's the part of you you've never met. This is the unseen hand behind our romantic patterns. This is Jung's shadow. And today, we're going to explore why your past is choosing your partners and how to break the cycle. Let me introduce you to Sarah. Sarah is 31, a creative, successful woman, empathetic, self-aware. She's done therapy, journals, reads self-help books. But in love, chaos. Every boyfriend becomes a variation of the last. Ben was emotionally unavailable. Daniel was manipulative. Tyler, charming but narcissistic. Sarah breaks up. Promises herself she's learned. And then, a few months later, new name, new face, same ghost. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Because it's not just about attraction, it's about unconscious repetition. Carl Jung once wrote, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Most of us are in relationships, not with the person in front of us, but with the archetypes and projections within us. We're not falling in love. We're falling into patterns. Jung believed the human psyche isn't just a blank slate. It's a stage. And on that stage live ancient characters. He called them archetypes, universal blueprints of human behavior. Think of them as recurring roles. The hero, the victim, the trickster, the mother, the lover. These archetypes live in the collective unconscious, a deep psychological inheritance passed through generations. So when you meet someone, you're not just meeting them, you're meeting the archetype they awaken in you. Sarah didn't just date Ben, the emotionally unavailable guy. She was unconsciously reenacting a relationship with her father, who was distant, silent, unpredictable. Ben was the mirror. But why? Why choose what hurt you? Because your psyche is trying to heal the original wound. Over and over it picks familiar pain, hoping this time it can fix it. That's not attraction. That's the compulsion to complete a story that began in childhood. Here's where it gets even more profound. Jung said we each carry a shadow, the disowned, repressed parts of ourselves. Qualities we deny, feelings we bury, desires we judge. But the shadow doesn't disappear. It waits, and it projects. When we fall in love, especially intensely, we're often seeing parts of ourselves we've never met. You're drawn to his confidence because you deny your own. You're obsessed with her wildness because you've repressed yours. Jung wrote, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. But when the transformation doesn't happen, the shadow turns toxic. That initial fascination becomes irritation. His confidence becomes arrogance. Her independence becomes coldness. We fall in love with our own disowned self, and then we resent them for holding the mirror. Imagine your psyche as a vast theater. On the main stage are the parts you show the world, the charming one, the achiever, the kind one. But in the shadows behind the curtain sit the hidden actors, the angry child, the needy one, the seductive rebel, the insecure voice. You never let them speak, so they find a way to sneak into your life. Through romance, you project the seductive rebel onto your partner, and they become magnetic. You disown your anger, and suddenly your partner is too aggressive. You ignore your neediness, and suddenly they're too clingy. But what you're really seeing is your own reflection. You're dating the parts of yourself you don't know how to love. So how do we stop repeating? The answer isn't out there, it's in here. 1. Radical self-inquiry. Ask, what parts of me do I deny? Am I always the caretaker but secretly crave to be cared for? Am I avoiding my anger, my sensuality, my fears? 2. Shadow work. Journaling. Dream analysis. Inner child dialogue. Get intimate with your unconscious motives. 3. Conscious dating. When you feel an intense spark, pause. Ask, am I attracted to this person or to a familiar dynamic? 4. Therapy. Especially Jungian analysis or depth psychology. It's a mirror you can't find on your own. Remember, healing isn't about choosing better people. It's about becoming the version of yourself who no longer seeks the wound. Sarah did something different. Instead of swiping again, she paused. She started working with a Jungian therapist. She realized her pattern wasn't just about bad men. It was about her hunger for connection and her fear of being truly seen. She met her inner child, her shadow, her animus, the inner masculine. And for the first time, she dated someone without intensity, without chaos. No high, no low, just peace. It felt unfamiliar, almost boring at first, but it was safe, and kind and slow, and she stayed. Because when you stop dating from your wounds, you finally have the capacity to love from your wholeness. Carl Jung believed that love is the greatest mystery of all, not because of how it binds us to others, but because of how it reveals who we truly are. Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. So maybe the next time you feel that magnetic pull, that déjà vu in someone's eyes, you'll pause and ask, is this love? Or is this a familiar ghost? Is this fate? Or is this my shadow asking to be seen? The love you truly seek starts with meeting yourself. Not just the light, but the dark, the wounded, the wild, the whole. Because once you stop looking for healing in someone else, you become the kind of person who doesn't need to repeat the lesson. You become the person who finally lives the answer.